everyone, I'm Wildcat Johnson with Talkin Headz News, and it's Tuesday, August 25th, 2020. Our top story today is of course the COVID-19 virus, which is still running rampant around the world. Scientists are now saying that the current pandemic will probably last another 10 years, especially as so many people continue to refuse to wear masks. Billionaires Bill Opener and George Sorrowful have agreed to contribute 300 million masks to the American public, in the hopes that their goodwill can help bring the crisis to an end. To get your own free mask, you need only email one of them and ask for a voucher, then take it to the nearest big box wall store, where you can get any of the styles shown here. Opener says they may not keep you safe, but your kids can always recycle them come Halloween if you die. That will save your family money on trick or treating. In other news today, President Trump says his Democratic rival, Joe Biden, is determined to ruin the country if he happens to be elected by suddenly declaring himself unfit for the job and turning it over to his running mate, Kamala Harris. In the president's own words, Kamala would undoubtedly name Nancy Pelosi as her new VP, and I don't know that I'd want to be the only thing standing between Nancy and the Oval Office. Kamala's known for token a doobie now and then, and we all know that can be dangerous. Speaker Nancy Pelosi got her own digs in recently by referring to President Trump and Republican lawmakers as domestic enemies of the state. It seems that the Democratic Party thinks they are already in charge of just what the state and the people think, meaning that they think only they can decide who its enemies are. In reality, however, this attitude shows that the liberal agenda has reached the point of not allowing the people to think for themselves. According to President Trump, this is because the Democratic Party has long dominated public education in America, where the NEA Teachers Union refuses to allow teachers to be tested for competency or fired for not teaching our kids anything other than liberal propaganda. Former Arizona Governor Jeff Flake, a Republican, is endorsing Democrat Joe Biden for president, along with a number of other GOP lawmakers and officials. When asked why so many Republicans are jumping ship, pundit Phil Berto said, "That's simple. They know that after the election Trump won't have anything to lose, so that's when the real swamp draining will happen, and they don't want to be flushed out with the rest of the sewage." Talkin Headz News is brought to you by The Very Swift Witches, a new novel by author Stormy Summers. Imagine what would happen if 3 17th-century Welsh witches were to suddenly find themselves in today's Missouri Ozarks. The adventures of these three ladies, who were supposed to be burned to death back in their own time and used magic to escape that fate, will make you laugh, cry and fall in love with them and the modern family that takes them in. The Very Swift Witches is available on Amazon for only $1.99, and you can find the link in the description below. Be sure to check it out and tell all of your friends about it. And now I'll finish up with my 2 cents. You know, we see a lot of celebrities speaking up about things like the COVID pandemics, the election that's coming up, and why they all threaten to leave America if Trump wins again, even though they never really do. For some reason, they seem to think that just being famous makes their opinions better than anyone else's. I guess what bothers me most about this is that the majority of these are people who make their living by being such good liars that they can make us believe they are really someone else. I mean, they get paid to pretend, for goodness sake. What is it about acting that makes them any smarter than my grandkids, who can already fool me into giving them money whenever they want to? Personally, I'd rather ask my granddaughter's opinion than George Clooney's. And that's the Talkin Headz News for tonight. Hope you'll tune in again tomorrow. Until then, be safe, and be good to each other.